Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we have round 2 of the official iRacing Supercars Series from the fantastic and slippery Mid-Ohio. In the booth with me tonight, as usual, is Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Evening, everybody.
Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
We have a guest for you in Marco Namela. Good evening.
Good evening.
And in the background, doing the bells and whistles, is Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
So, Pete, we was here on Wednesday with the GT4 TCR League, and the track was really, really slippery, and people made pretty much all the mistakes we thought they were going to make. Now, tonight, in these beasts of cars, are we going to see the same thing, or do you think these guys can handle the power on this tricky course?
The power is an issue going around this track. The car wants to spin up out of all these slow corners, and there's quite a few of them. There's basically no overtaking opportunities in one line through turns. I don't know, what is it? It's like 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 until you come underneath the bridge, and then there's some more overtaking opportunities again. So you've really got to enter that complex of corners in a very uniform and repetitive way. It's very much a rhythm section of the track. The power that these things put down is immense. There's no traction control or fancy gadgets in these things. It's just lots of raw power, and all your control is on your gas pedal and your brake, and steer as little as you can and you'll be fine. As soon as the tyres heat up, and it's easily done in this car, you start sliding all over the track, and these tight corners like we see Ant going around now, towards the end of the track, they become even more lethal to you, as Ant demonstrates right there. Okay, that's me done. I'm going to sleep now.
Bill, as we said on Wednesday, you know this track very, very well, having worked here. We've got some new drivers again tonight. Interestingly, we see Tony Kloosterman win round 1 at Bathurst. Tyler Newitt was second, and Jeremy Rogers, I believe, was third. And neither Jeremy or Tyler are present. So another good result for Tony Kloosterman, and he's going to be disappearing into the distance for a little while.
Well, I think he's got one contender there so far, Wayne Sanderson. Wayne could give him a tussle, I think. But of course, Tony's an old dog. He's got a lot of experience in this car, and he's really good at it. And he seems to be getting his mojo back. So look out, everybody. What Pete was mentioning about Mid-Ohio is it's a track about 2.4 miles long, and it looks like you have a lot of places to pass, but it's really tight to pass. You essentially have 2 or 3 places if you're lucky. Basically, the front straightaway out of turn used to be 14. They renumbered the corners. I'm not sure. The one before the start-finish line, and up to turn 1, and then going up that straightaway up to the keyhole. And going into the keyhole, you got a good chance of passing there. And of course, the back straightaway. But the back straightaway, as I was watching some of the guys practice before, all the guys that are relatively new to us anyway made the mistakes where you normally make them. Into China Beach, which is the big sand trap at the end of that back straightaway. Yeah, there was one guy who went in there about 20 times. I mean, it's a hard corner to get used to. You come flying down there, you think you can just whip the wheel and turn. It doesn't do it. You just go right off. So it's definitely a technical track, even though it doesn't really look. It kind of looks like a hayseed track, but it is a technical track. And you really have to pay attention, and you have to set people up for a pass way ahead of time, sometimes a lap or 2 ahead of time. So, and as Pete mentioned, with the powerful cars we have here, they got 3 things against them: all that power, tires not big enough, and a spool rear end. And let me tell you, without any anti-lock or anti-spin and this stuff, we're going to see some people going off the road, and you got to try to stay on the road here. You got to be gentle. You got to step on that throttle like you're walking on eggs. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes down here tonight.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of minutes left in this qualifying session, and then we've got a 28 lap race for you. So good evening on the chat to Stuart, to Stacey, and also to EAS 1978 UK. I have no idea who you are, but good evening to you anyway. Our special guest commentator tonight, the man of many words, Marco Namela. Obviously, you're not racing tonight, Marco. What do you think about Mid-Ohio?
Yeah, it's a track where you need to be really patient with the car. It's slippery and there is a lot of elevation changes, so you need to be patient and not ram it into the corners and get too antsy with the throttle. So yeah, it's an interesting track.
At a 28 lap race, what do you think pit stop wise? Are we going to see pit stops? Are people going to take tyres? What's your guess?
The tire fall off is not that bad, and the actual pit window opens end of lap 3, so it's gonna be tricky if anyone takes tires.
Right, okay, so let's have a look where we are. So at the moment, looks like everybody is in the pit lane. Tony Kloosterman sitting on provisional pole, Wayne Sanderson second, and this is going to be a good one. Mika Lilqvist. I don't know how good that was.
Yeah, what? Say that again.
Liljeqvist.
Oh, you lost me
Yeah,
already.
Mika will do.
Yeah, a few other new names in there. Vincent, have we seen him before? Skillback? I don't think so.
No, Derek.
Are we doing the grid now? Are we doing the grid? We're doing the whole grid?
Let's go.
Right, okay, Tony Kloosterman will go off on pole with a great time. Wayne Sanderson will go off second. Mika Littlequist, that's what I'm doing, will go off third. Marcus Bletz off fourth. Nikolai Bogatyrov fifth. Vincent Skillback sixth. Miro Hrasky seventh. I don't know which numbers I'm reading now. Marco Lewis in eighth. Mike Frost in ninth. That's good. Gary Craig in 10th. Ben Cullen in 11th. Jason Goodbout in 12th. Ant Woodward, I think, is next. Yeah, 13th. Derek Kreiner in 14th. Trevor Shelska in 15th. And 16th is Luc Lesage.
Okay, lights are about to come on, guys. They're coming on. And we are green.
Good launch from the front two.
Picture in picture for you.
Wayne's really giving Tony some attention here.
Yeah, I think it's the best time to attack Tony, isn't it?
Yeah, really.
I would say so. Oh, Nikolai on the track.
Nearly.
Good save that was from Nikolai. Tony's got the race in line for the corner here, but you can go around the outside here. You'd be brave on cold tyres on the first lap, but
That's for sure. Not much road out there.
no. Who was that chop in the front? That was Mike Frost. Was that an overtake?
Somebody got turned.
That was
Was
Gary
that Gary
getting
Craig got
turned.
turned?
Yeah.
By Mike Frost. That's
No,
better.
no, it wasn't.
Oh,
It was
it's not.
by-
I'm sorry.
I don't know who it was by. Where's Ben gone? Ben's gone gardening.
He decided to take the shortcut across
Yeah.
turn 9 there. Yeah, there he goes.
I think the weeds were a bit long over there, so he
Yeah,
just
they
went
needed
to
doing
chop
that. Yeah, I saw them before.
Yeah, we had a couple of little mishaps there, but everything seems pretty clean so far.
And Mike Frost has leapt forward in the standings. He's currently in 5th.
He
That's
is,
brilliant.
yeah. Ben.
He and Luke Lesage are having it out there.
Yeah, I thought Ben was going to give him a nudge there, but
One thing that we haven't spoken about is the spread of ratings that we've got in this race.
yeah,
It goes from over 5,000 to under 500. So
Wow.
I think there is a massive skill spread across this field at the minute, and we've got all the numbers in between. So I think it will be.
oh, there's two up there.
Yeah, I saw one. And I thought I'd cheated myself. Who's that? That's Derek Kreiner, and behind him, 2 cars behind him now, was the
That was
other
Trevor
chap.
Shelsky.
Or was it Jason? No, it has to be Trevor, doesn't it? Yeah. There's Derek, and in sympathy.
Yeah. Look like
It's just like
coordinated.
Jason. It was
Yeah, they
Jason.
both went and had a look at the same bit of grass, didn't they?
Yeah, it must have been something fascinating out there. Maybe something shiny. That usually gets me.
Somebody's watch.
Evening to Chris Jackson on the chat, and Dave is with us as usual.
Hey, Dave. Welcome back.
Hey, Dave, mate.
Better late than never.
Very impressive so far by Mike Frost. Wow. Doing
Yeah.
a great job. He's between Marcus Bletz and Marco Lewert, the German sandwich there.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job, and he's actually catching Marcus Bletz, which is
Well, he's
unusual.
doing a really good job. These
Ooh,
corners
what
are.
was that? What was that? How did he not see him? Oh, he's. Oh, okay.
Whoa, baby!
Right. Just saying.
Okay, that's the kind of beach he goes.
I think they need to remake the track at that point and move the tarmac about 30 feet to the left. For anybody watching from Mid-Ohio Raceway, you're welcome.
Okay, so we've lost Trevor Shelsky.
Oh,
He had
that
enough
must have
fun,
been
huh?
very early on.
Looks like Nikolai Bogatrov is closing in on Marco Lewert.
Yeah, so Nikolai's a couple of positions back after getting some wheel spin out of Keyhole.
Yeah, he got a little slippy there. That's
It's
right.
kind of the worst time to get it, isn't it? Because everyone's
Oh, yeah.
so close behind you at the start of the race. So you get your pocket picked by several of them.
And Nikolai was last week's winner in the split race. Very good.
Mm. Ooh, that was.
Oh, good. That was a good
Oh,
move.
what? Eh? Did they enter the twilight zone when they go around that
Yeah.
corner?
Oh.
Second time we've seen almost the same thing.
Wow.
Very
Lewert-
strange.
Marco Lewert got into the back of Nikolai, gave him a little quarter
Mike-
panel tap through.
Mike Frost has caught Marcus Bletz. Here's this replay again. What? I don't understand. Why did he
think he
continue
surprised
turning
him.
in? Hey?
I think he surprised him.
Right. He just seemed to
Not
turn in even though the
making
car
an
was there.
excuse for him, but
Yeah.
Wow.
it was like he wasn't there, and then he was there.
Yeah.
A hell of a nice pass, too. Too bad.
Tell you what, Vincent's car has got a lovely paint job on it. It says wheelie bins down
Wheelie
the side.
bins.
Yeah. Like that though. Very stylish. And
Is
Woodward
that a-
under some pressure at the minute. Sorry,
Is
Bill.
that a brand of trash bin in the UK or what?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not a brand, is it? It's a type. I don't know. There might be someone called wheelie bins.
I
Yeah.
thought, if I'm honest, that's a series in Australia.
Is it really? That's classic.
Wheelie bins, really?
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure,
really funny.
I'm sure there is.
That's
Okay.
good. Google that, will you?
And Ant Woodward's currently in 8th place. I'm sorry, 7th. Yeah, 8th place. And who's that behind him? That's Vincent Spielbach.
It is.
Well, he's the wheelie bin car. Okay.
Yeah, and he's putting loads of pressure on Ant at the minute.
Certainly is.
Gary Craig is a little way back after having a bit of a getting tagged on the first lap.
Doesn't look like Vincent's first rodeo. He's doing a pretty good job here.
Yeah, and looking at the flag on by his name, he's Australian, so
Okay.
chances are he's been in the Aussie servers and getting lots of practice in, I would think.
You automatically have to be good driving one of these, or at Australian rules football, one or the other.
Yeah, keep making them bad puns on the chat. It saves Pete doing them.
What's this? He's really trying hard in this race. That's class.
Good morning to Matthew. So Tony Kloosterman is stretching away from Wayne Sanderson now. So after that early pressure.
What I find around here is I end up with tons of grip for like 4 laps, and then questionable, in inverted commas, grip for the rest of my time on the track.
Yeah, I think the trouble is as well for Wayne. He knew he had to get it done early.
Yep.
And he's probably used a bit more tyre than he wanted to by trying to get that done.
Very well could
that's
be.
a very accurate assessment.
Boy, Nikolai Bogotairov is really pushing Marcus Blitz again.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to get some of his positions back.
I'm sorry, that's Michael Leward, excuse me. Marco Leward, Michael. I'm all right.
We're making it up as we go along.
I went to the school of Pete Bingham. What is it? Name changing? What do you call it?
Yeah,
Name
spoonerism.
swapping.
Yeah.
Spoonerism. There you go. Point
So,
eight.
on board with Nikolai. Ooh,
that was a
little
bit of a
nudge
nudge.
there.
He's waited.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, he's trying to remind him what happened the last time he came around there.
And this is where it's so hard to get a decent overtake through this section. The track just doesn't feel wide enough. It feels like you're in a corridor rather than on a racetrack. It's odd.
No, unless somebody really makes a mistake or there's a tremendous difference in speed, it's hard to pass somebody.
And if they do make a mistake, you become part of their mistake.
I can only
let it go.
I can only think of a couple of people that could do it. It's probably Foggy could probably, but not many people.
I mean, Nikolai's problem here is that Marco is on the brakes very early, and he's not, and he's being caught by the cars behind him. That's why he's getting so energetic on the.
Wheelie Bins is getting ready.
Good evening to Stacey number 2.
Oh, we got them both.
Yeah.
Hey.
We're fully Stacey'd up tonight.
And here comes Ant full bore into the keyhole along just almost the side of Wheelie Bins. I'm sorry, Vincent. I call you Vincent. I'm sorry. Cool sponsor, Wheelie Bins. I like that.
Right then, so Nikolai's trying the alternative route, and he might do this.
Yeah.
Oh, he got squeezed out there.
It sure
I was
did.
going to say it's easy to cover that off, but you have to do it a bit quicker than
And
that.
Vincent sneaks by. Oh boy.
So Nikolai's lost out there, and even though his move was quite good.
It really was good, but Vincent was waiting to pounce.
So the puns carry on the chat.
All right. He's wheelie having a crack.
Yeah.
Look at this. 6 cars all covering.
Wow, look at
about
that.
1 second, I think.
Formation driving.
Yeah, it's going to get messy.
So this is getting Gary Craig up onto the back of this pack as well.
Yeah, and
Nikolai,
Miro.
hold it, son.
And Miro Hrasky as well.
Miro Hrasky, yep.
See, round the outside at keyhole just doesn't work, does it?
Well,
Bends
Vincent's
too
going
tight.
in high, and he's going to try to come out low. That's really the best thing to do there.
Mm.
Well, both of them came off there pretty well, though. So if you try to apex that corner in the middle, you go off the left side, the outside of that exit there all the time, unless you really slow down. Whoa!
Yeah.
What a dive bomb! Wow. Vincent is really pushing right now. Vincent's
He
still
is.
back.
So a
We
6-car train now.
Yeah, and we've got Ant's feet in the inset picture for all those with a foot fetish. Clyde, look away.
Be still, Clyde. Don't you remember last week he told us he hates feet?
He did. He's trying to throw us off.
Whoa!
Ooh, good move.
Baby!
Oh,
Good move. Nikolai followed him through as well.
yeah, and tried but got wiggly.
Yeah.
I think it's still on. There's 3 of them there.
There
Yeah, I was
it
gonna
comes.
say there's
Oh my
quite
God!
three
3
in the
wide
front.
into turn 1. Oh baby!
Gary had a
Oh,
good look at that, didn't
nice.
he?
Nice.
Let's go around the
Oh, hey, hold on,
outside.
Gary.
Turn
Here we
into
go.
the inside. That should be
Whoa.
done.
I think Gary had to get out of the gas back there because he got fishtailing out of turn 1.
He did.
Yeah, Miro's gone past him, hasn't he?
He has, but Miro's well out of control coming out of keyhole, so Gary should get him unless Miro stays right into the...
Cut back.
yeah,
Yeah, we weren't close enough.
not
get it.
quite. I think Gary will end up picking up spots. He's fairly handy around here. Especially if these guys keep going at it like they are doing at the minute. Although Vincent's got some clean air in front of him now. He's got quite a big gap to Mike Frost though. That's 5 seconds, which round mid-Ohio is quite a long distance.
There is.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, according to Chris Jackson, the pit window opened on lap 9, so...
yeah, and my insider knowledge tells me that people pit on lap 12 and 13.
Here we go.
No, here we
Here
go.
goes Lord and
So that's
Gary
Marco
Craig.
Lower and Gary Craig, yeah.
I think they'll all take tyres.
Not a bad idea. They got the short end of the stick of this 6-car parade, so
Yeah, just do something different like Clyde always
that's
said.
right, exactly.
We're on lap 11, so not far away from the 12-13.
Tony's pulled out 5 seconds now, so
Yeah, but I was about to
I'm not
say
sure if
about
Wayne
that.
is really struggling.
Well, Wayne's got himself a 5-second gap as well, and then Mika Lilliquist, I'll be corrected on that name by Marco in a minute, has got a 5-second gap over Marcus Bletz. So we're all fairly spread out.
Yeah, and Mike Frost is only, what, a couple of seconds behind Marcus, isn't he?
He is. He's, to be
Whoa!
honest, this is probably one of the best drives I've
Somebody
seen.
round there.
Oh gosh, yeah. I think he's hit the wall as well.
Wow.
I think that would have been quite spectacular to watch. What were we saying?
Here we go.
This is going to be out of the last corner, lose it, spear towards the wall, I'm going to guess. Oh no! Oh yeah,
Yeah.
bosh.
Off the outside. Oh, he caught the curve. Yep. Oh, ouch. Smarts.
So this is Mika in 3rd place.
Stacey on the chat that she's just cheering for everybody, so she wins. Even into Lucas on the chat. Some tea cut on that, Nikolai.
Nothing his pit crew can't sort.
You know, Nikolai's really not losing much ground to Vincent Skillbach.
Well, that actually sounded like you knew what you were saying then, Bill.
It did. I was stunned into silence for a moment. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I was building myself up to try to say it correctly, so it took me a few minutes, but I finally blurted it out.
Somebody's pitted. Oh, it's Nikolai.
Yeah, Nikolai's gone in.
Let's hope he's not going to get all of that mended, because he might be in there for a while.
And I wonder if Tony is just running until Wayne goes in.
Don't know, but Ant Woodward's going to have a bit of a choice moment here.
Whoa! Who was that?
He's got
applied?
Derek Kreiner right in front of him.
Kreiner, yeah. I think
This is for
Derek's getting out
position.
of the way.
Yeah, he was very out of shape coming over the brow of the hill. Ant's made that work, as have the three cars now behind him. Gary Craig obviously has pitted behind.
Yeah.
Oh, as has Ant, of course.
Come on, Gary, get it up in that battle there. Come on, bud.
So what happened to Miro in this battle, but he hasn't pitted yet, has he?
No, not yet.
No.
Vincent's in the pits.
Be interesting to see what one extra lap does here.
No, he really is.
Good evening, Alan, on the chat. That's the other 50% of the Gary Craig Appreciation Society. Wheelie new tyres on there.
Where is Vincent going to come out in relation to Ant? I think he's going to stay ahead just. Yeah.
Dave on the chat has just counted the 16 people we've got racing. We're assuming that there's something else going on this weekend that we're not privy to at the moment. Either that or everybody's taking holidays.
Wasn't Vincent ahead of Nikolai Bogartrev?
He was, yeah.
Yeah, well, Nikolai's ahead of him now.
Yeah, Vincent had 2 seconds longer pit stop.
Ah, okay.
Could just be the track as well.
It could. It puts a lot of people off this one, doesn't it?
We finally have a commentator that can use the time
Shut up.
indication correctly. Oh, thanks, Michael.
Okay, Marcus, Mike Frost, and Miro are in together.
Alright, I'm going off you, Sam.
What?
I'm going off you. Elvis says Gary should watch out for the wheelie car because it takes out the trash.
Good one.
Oh dear, that's good. Right, so this is Mike Frost. He pitted from 5th.
He's really suffered.
He has, and I don't know why.
It's a
Because he
really
had a-
bad in lap.
Yeah, he had a
Oh.
massively long pit lane time.
I don't see anything on the event tracker at all.
Wayne's in.
Yeah, he was way ahead of Gary Craig and the rest of those guys. Huh.
He was, yeah. He was very slow coming out of the last corner. And then this.
Is that him coming back in again?
Is he trying to
No,
set
it's
his
a
tyres
replay.
and... Is he trying to
Could
set his
be.
tyres and fuel?
Oh, it's a replay. I'm sorry.
He's
Yep.
going really, really slow, isn't he, in pit lane?
Yeah, but there's no damage to his car or anything, so...
Yeah,
Oh, little reverse from the car in front there. Who was that?
that was just slow going into the pits, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Miro Rasky. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's cost him big style. Ben Cullen has pitted.
a shame. Mike Frost is really doing well. Wow.
That's the best I've seen him doing
Yeah.
for ages.
Wow, Miro, you were wide on that corner. Oof, baby. You're lucky you didn't go off there. The concrete blocks in Thunder Valley are very hard.
So just the top two to pit now, is that right? Which is
Yep.
Tony and
Tony's
Mika.
just come in. Tony's in
Oh,
now.
right. And what's Mika's tactic? He's quite a way back, 16 seconds, nearly 17 seconds back.
We've also lost Luke Lachage, too. He's gone.
How's he gone?
Yep.
Oh dear.
Okay, there's Tony. You're right. Cool.
Stacy, one of the Stacys, says Tony needs a spin so Wayne can catch up. That's not very nice, is it? That's wishing badness on people. We don't do that. Hey?
But true.
It is true, yeah. That's
And
Tony.
Wayne
Blacked
drove by
and
pit
white.
road. He didn't stop. Okay, he's coming back out.
Wayne's already been in. He was in the lap before.
Oh, he was. Okay. I missed that one.
Yeah, Tony's stop was a couple of seconds quicker than Wayne as well. He's
Stretched
got
that right
about
out.
9.5 seconds now.
It looks like
Yep.
he's pulled out a more of a lead, yeah.
Interesting to see when Mika boxes the car. He is now the only person not to have pitted.
So it looks like Nikolai and Marcus are going to go at it again soon.
Apparently, Nikolai's pit crew don't have any T-cut after all.
What'd you say, they don't have any teeth?
T-cut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nikolai's definitely catching Marcus now.
They're in one of them battles where Marcus is quicker on some parts and Nikolai's quicker on other.
Yeah.
Nikolai was a little squirrely coming onto that front straight, though. He might have lost a few seconds there, or a little bit anyway.
He's lost quite a lot, Bill, actually, when you look at the distance between the cars. He was a lot closer than that.
Yeah, he came off and caught the curve and got a little squirrely there.
And oddly, the first 6 cars, despite all the shuffling that happened at the start, are back in their original places.
Yep.
Ant Woodward is the driver that's made up the most places, including his pit stop so far, so hats off to Ant.
Good on him.
Must have been the picture of his feet in the inset picture. So Nikolai's caught Marcus now massively.
I think Nikolai's better going in and Marcus is better coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means you've got a dive bomb to do, doesn't it? If you're Nikolai.
Yeah, take away his exit line or something. Like, keep it tight, keep it tight. Atta boy, that was better.
Good throttle control from Nikolai, has to be said.
They're definitely. Running up to the keyhole, really critical corner.
Yeah, look how much better on the brakes Nikolai is, but you're right, he doesn't get the launch, does he?
No.
Nah.
It's almost like he's compromising the launch out in order to catch up on the way in.
Well, we did see that he broke a little late. Remember, he gave Marcus a love tap there a while back.
So Marcus there defended from the dive bomb.
He did.
Yes, he did.
Far to the right-hand side. Compromised his own line to do that, though. And I think Vincent's catching these guys.
I think you're right.
It's not by much, but he is catching them. And that's just on sheer speed, as far as I can see, because these guys aren't necessarily holding one another up. I mean, the bit of defensive driving from Marcus is going to be hindering the pair of them, I would think. But not massively. There's a lot of locking up on the top of that hill at Keyhole just then. I don't know who that would be. Lapped cars.
Vincent's probably saying, come on, boys, get scrapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I think Nikolai needs to, like, if Marcus is defending so hard, you need to, like, force the defensive move on basically on the wrong places. Like on some places where you actually can't overtake, but maybe if you can force the defensive move there.
Whoa. Got him that time. Whoa. That was close.
Yeah, Marcus is hanging on to this position.
It's just so hard to overtake through all of this bit.
Yeah, it really is.
You just got to sit and follow. But he needs to be closing in on him so that he can get a good launch out of the final corner or something.
Vincent's almost on them.
Yep.
You are definitely correct. He is getting much closer.
And he didn't look terribly patient the first time he came through this lot.
No, he did.
And Nikolai's going to be desperate to get past. If he doesn't, that could... Ooh, tyre smoke there.
There was. I think there's a lapped, or lap down car, I should say, in front of them somewhere. Yes, Jason, good about. Still not close enough for anything there. Marcus still going defensive. Vincent's catching them hugely through here. He's on them. Two great corners from Vincent, and he's on the back of Nikolai.
Yeah, he's really dicing his way right up there.
Meanwhile, in another race, Tony Klusterman now leads by 11 seconds over Wayne Sanderson, and Wayne Sanderson's got equally an 11-second gap in ahead of Mika.
Mika who?
Lillehammer.
Mika, the Holden driver.
Lillequist.
That's actually quite good, yeah.
That was pretty good. It's Liljeqvist.
Liljequist. Okay, you got to put a little ye on the J, huh? Liljequist. Okay, got it. For at least now.
Welcome to Languages with Backfire Simsport TV.
Yeah, who needs Rosetta Stone when you've got us?
Today's lesson will be in Finnish.
Yeah, that's actually hard for me too, so...
Where are you from?
Finland.
Oh, look at Nick.
Whoa,
Oh,
wow.
bit of wheel spin there.
Nikolai was right on the back panel of Marcus Blestus, and I thought he was going to crash him. That's really close.
Yeah, Vincent can
What's
smell the
that
oil
car gonna
burning.
do? Oh, he's got out of the way. Well done.
Uh-oh.
Good lad. Well done, Jason. You don't want to be involved in this anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to get on that meat grinder.
Tell you what, this is good. This isn't it? This is terrifyingly good.
So these guys are starting lap 23.
Yeah, 5 to go, is it? Or 6 to go, including this? Stacey says, come on, Wayne, get that gap down. I think he needs a DeLorean at the minute, and he needs to hit 88 miles an hour.
A little wide there, Nikolai.
Yeah, I think he was going for, I'll get a run on him on the back straight, but all he's done is put himself in the clutches of Vincent. So now Nikolai's going to be the one defending.
Yeah, he's in that hard rock, between a rock and a hard place now, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, there's iRating points under threat, I should say, right now.
Look at a gutsy move. That, oh, baby!
Whoa! And Nikolai's managed to straighten it up.
I knew he wasn't going to make it through there.
Not really an overtaking place, is it?
Well, that's the same move that Nikolai pulled on Marcus, wasn't it? Near the start of the race.
Yeah, that's right.
Hats off to Vincent for trying it. At least they didn't have an accident, thank goodness.
Marcus has got the most breathing space he's had for
my goodness.
quite a few laps.
He could relax for a lap or two, maybe.
So Marco Lewert and Woodward. I think Marco has slowly been reeling him in.
Gary Craig's about 6 or 7 tenths behind them, it looks like.
He's had that gap for quite a while now. This is where the action's at still. And with all this, Marcus is being allowed to get away.
Wow, that really slung over the
trying
it again. There we go.
Oh dear.
That was not good.
No. Not an overtaking place, really.
Nikolai, you got the short end of the stick that time, bud.
He did. He's got about 3 days till he gets back on the track, I think.
Now he's got Ant Woodward to beat him up behind him, too.
Yeah. I mean, the idea is good, but the execution not so good.
There
was netcode
involved in that, but it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got back on the track quicker than I thought he had done, actually.
Yeah, he did. Whoa.
Ant's busy pushing him around the last 2
was.
corners.
He says, I'll help you. Here, wait a minute.
You seem to be lacking up. Oh, hang on. That's
Tony,
very uncharacteristic.
That was Stacey's got a voodoo doll out.
She has. She's been stabbing away with that thing, hasn't she? Oh, I've been off there.
She's been off everywhere.
Well, there is that.
Oh yeah, Tony, take a
But
ride.
he kept it calm, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he's got enough. He's got enough lead. That doesn't bother him.
Yeah, I think he can do that every lap.
I'll tell you, everybody goes off there at least once. That's just part of the game, I guess. But in real life, you don't get out that easily. You need this big machine to pull you the heck out of there.
I wonder how many incident points Nikolai's managed to attract with all the bumps that people have given him.
And a lot of, you know,
Can't
they're not
see
all
it on
his.
the, No, they're not.
his.
No. That's not bothered Tony one bit. He's already increased the lead by a second since he got back on track.
I was hoping these three were going to close up on each other, but if anything, I think they're spreading out.
Yeah, they seem to be.
Yeah, I think Nikolai's got good speed. He just couldn't get past Marcus, and then obviously Vincent stuck his front fender on his hip.
That's a bad deal. Too bad.
Yeah. And just to answer Elvis, yes, we did pretty much see all that coming. He'd already tried it on the previous lap, hadn't he? And tried the same bad move again on the lap where it happened.
Having worked at this track, I can tell you even the pros do that on that corner. Ridiculous. Hard to believe.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Wow. Maybe it is an overtaking opportunity then.
Well,
I think anywhere where you take a wide turn into a corner is an overtaking opportunity, isn't it?
It could be, yeah.
You know, we see Nikolai try it twice.
Yeah.
And then I think if you get, a car half alongside in there, then, if you carry on turning in, you're just asking for trouble. But
for sure.
I don't think Vincent was quite far enough alongside to say, yeah, this corner's mine.
No, I don't think he was alongside at all, really.
Yeah,
he had about 3 millimeters of front bumper alongside.
Yeah, kind of got into his quarter panel, basically.
Yeah. It's very similar to the Craner curves at Donington.
Yes.
Where people take that wide line and
that's right.
Yeah, I've seen Ash Sutton, British touring cars. He's done so many passes there because people are just not expecting it.
Ash Sutton fits a car in where his car shouldn't be able to fit, but somehow he does it.
So I think the leader's on the last lap.
Yeah.
This has gone really quick tonight.
It has. It's not a lot of laps for Mid-Ohio, really, is it?
Not really, no.
Short, so it's over in, 40? Yeah.
I mean, it's less than 2.5 miles, so it's not very big.
No. Very much a sprint race, this one.
Basically, yep. Ian is really trying to get that lap of his last run here.
He is, but here comes Tony into the final few corners.
Tony must think he's out there by himself. Wow.
Yeah. There we go. Job done. Congratulations, Tony Kloosterman.
Good job, Tony. Excellent job.
15 seconds back down the road is Wayne Sanderson to take second. And another 13 seconds will give us Miller. No, that's wrong. Mika Lilliquist. That's what I'm going with. I can't remember what was said before. I am terrible, aren't I?
Oh,
whoa, that was close. Whoa. Well, that was a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, that had tears written all over it, that did.
Yeah.
And Nikolai Bogitrov, after getting beat up all race, he ended up 6th. Schielbach came in 5th.
Yeah, that was short and sweet, but very enjoyable.
It was. Some good battling in there.
Yep.
And you don't need a big field around Mid-Ohio because it's a short track, so if you start piling cars onto it, you just end up with a big pile of cars.
Exactly. Well put, Pete. Exactly.
Just to answer Elvis's point there, the green and red numbers that you see is the gain or loss of I rating. So yes, you were right in your assumption. Whoa! That's the way to finish.
Wow.
So, do you want me to run through the finishing order?
Go for it.
That is one hell of a leap, though, isn't it? Oh
Yeah.
my! What? Do you know what I'm going to be doing after this?
He was trying to get over the tire wall, I think.
That was spectacular.
Little pirouette on its nose.
Landed on his wheels, though, did he?
Not quite. Well, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, dear. Good effort, Jason.
That was great.
Oh, dear. Are you going to put the finishing order up, Sam? Oh, he's done it. Okay, so our race winner was also our pole man, Tony Kloosterman. Then we had Wayne Sanderson finish second, Mika finished third, Marcus Bletz finished fourth, Vincent Skilbeck in fifth, Nikolai Bogotyrev in sixth. Seventh was Ant Woodward, who had the biggest climb up the board of anybody. Where am I? Eighth was Marco Loert. Gary Craig was ninth. Mike Frost was 10th. Ben Cullen 11th. 12th was Miro Hrosky. 13th was Derek Kreiner. 14th was Jason Goodbout after his flight into, was it China Sandpit or whatever it's called?
China Beach, yeah.
China Beach. Luke Lesage in 15th and Trevor Shelska in 16th.
Excellent. Right. So let's get our interviews underway and bring in our race winner for you, Pete, Tony Kloosterman.
Tony, after about 5 laps, you must have wondered if there was anyone left on the track, right?
It was nice to see all that clear space, yeah.
Yeah. So Wayne clearly was trying to put moves on you at the very, very start of the race. We noticed that straight away. But you managed to fend him off good and quick, and then just chipped away at that lead and made it a bigger and bigger lead. Was your pit stop your own choice? Do you feel like you needed to pit at a certain time, or just chose whatever the original plan was?
Plan actually was to pit a little earlier, but there was so much clear track in front of me that I thought, well, I might as well take advantage of it. My pace was really good, and I was actually gapping everyone anyways. So, yeah, it was good other than the one part where I fell asleep on the back straight.
Yeah, we saw that, by the way. You'll be glad to know. We thought you were just trimming the tops off the daisies for a little while.
Oh, God.
But you had plenty of room behind you, so and then you just extended the lead again as soon as you got back on track. So it wasn't much of an issue to you this time. Some of the other major competitors not in this one.
Yeah, and I'm hoping they're going to come back. You know, it would be good to fill out the field. Number one, Mid Ohio is never a big field track, anyways, but. I think a lot of people are practicing for Bathurst.
Yeah, we did wonder whether people had other priorities this week for this. And yeah, Mid-Ohio scares a lot of people. I don't know why. I quite like it. I was reasonable in practice. I got under 124, which is like breaking the world record for me. Any other standout moments for you? I mean, it was like a drive in the country, right?
Yeah, it was pretty quiet. Traffic was good for the most part, and yeah, it was a quiet race. I was actually daydreaming, and thoughts were other places, and that's what caused that incident on the back straight.
Yeah. So Wayne Sanderson couldn't make any inroads into you, really, could he? He was quick, obviously, but didn't have the answers for your speed.
Yeah, we were talking about that just before I came in here, and he said his chance was on the first lap, and he was aggressive going in, and he actually surprised me a little bit coming out of the hairpin there, and maybe I was just a little bit better on the brakes there, and after that I knew it would be very difficult.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some other much different conversations if certain other people join us in the booth, because there was all sorts going on behind you.
I was watching the relative. I saw that there was some good, some close racing going on.
Yeah, there was. It was excellent. You'll appreciate the replay if you get to watch it. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Actually, yes, and this may be a little lengthy, but first I want to say congratulations to Clyde on the announcement that he's going to be a grandfather for the second time. He'll have his own endurance team pretty soon.
Thank you.
And a shout out to my brother. My brother's been in the hospital for the last few days. He's had some very major cancer surgery, and I'm pretty sure he's watching today. And he's in recovery. So hopefully things go well there. A shout out to all the doctors and nurses throughout the world. This is a very, very difficult time for everybody, and they're doing major surgeries like this at the same time. And lastly, last shout out to Gary Croft, who's one of our teammates that's been missing for quite some time. He's also undergoing a medical issue that hopefully he'll be back with us, for the new year coming up. So, there's lots of stuff going on in the world, and there's lots of stuff happening in people's lives, and we have to remember that this is just sim racing. We're very fortunate to be able to do it, and give your loved ones a hug and tell them you love them.
Yeah, very well said. And get well soon to Gary and to your brother Tony. Scary times when things like that are going on. So, thank you very much. Our race winner, Tony Kloosterman.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, so let's bring in our second place finisher, Wayne Sanderson. Wayne, what's that saying about always being a bridesmaid? You seem to be getting good at this second place.
Well, you said many interviews ago, I'm really good when none of the fast guys turn up, and unfortunately, one of the fast guys turned up tonight.
So it looked to us that in your head it was right. Let's get Tony at the start, because if I let him get settled, he's going to disappear up the road. You put all sorts of pressure on him, couldn't get past him, and he disappeared up the road. Was that a genuine tactic from you?
Yeah, it was. I saw his practice time, and then I saw his quali time, so I knew it was going to be one of those races, to be honest with you. And then when we took off, he seemed to have a pretty good start as well, so I thought that was probably going to be it then and there. But he seemed to get a little bit loose out of the first turn, and then even looser out of the second turn. So I thought, oh well, it's on here. Let's try it on the outside. But I don't think you want to be on the outside of Tony Kloosterman with all that grass.
Yeah,
off to the left, and then
you get on there, mate, and you're gone for weeks, aren't you, before you find the track again?
No, exactly.
But after that, obviously Tony was pulling away from you. You was pulling away from Mika. So a fairly quiet race after the first couple of laps. Just concentrating on staying on the track.
Yeah, pretty much. It felt like a roller coaster towards the end that I just wanted to get off of, because there wasn't a lot going on for me. But Mika was pretty quick, to be honest. I had a couple of bad laps and a couple of laps where I just thought, oh, that's all right, I've got a gap now, I'll just take it a bit easy, and then suddenly he'd close time on me. So I knew that I couldn't really relax for the race. I had to keep pushing to the end, but yeah, it was a bit lonely, unfortunately.
Yeah, and next time out we are at Le Mans. Not a track that we go to very often in this car, but is it a track that you like?
I've never raced there ever. I do own the content, but I've never raced there, so I'm not sure I'm looking forward to it, but it should be an experience all the same.
Right, one tip from me: practice your pit entry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got one of those dodgy pit lanes that looks like it's really, really easy, and it bites you on the arse. But yeah, so I say quiet race from you, but if people don't turn up, you score the big points. So well done, mate.
No, thank you.
Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
You guys for the broadcast, as always. Well done to Tony, and want to thank the XVR team. Johnny threw me a set actually for tonight, so that helped out a lot. And yeah, thank our sponsors, and look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night for Bathurst League race.
Excellent. We shall see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining us in the booth. Second place finisher Wayne Sanderson.
See ya.
Okay, so next we're going to drag in our 4th place finisher for you, Pete, Marcus Bletz. And I'm not sure we've ever done an interview with Marcus.
I'm not sure either. Welcome to the booth, Marcus Bletz.
Hello, guys.
Hello. So you've finished your race in 4th place. That's where you gridded, wasn't it?
Actually, yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you had a few shuffles up and down a few positions throughout the race, and you had some very, very close racing with a few key people. Tell us about what you remember of the race.
The first stint was quite quiet, I would say. I was really on my own with some gap before me and after me. And after the pit stop, I was a bit surprised that I had some guys behind me, and I had the task to keep them behind me. That was more or less my impression of the race.
Yeah, we saw that Vincent Skillback, who was the one behind you, when you finished, he was very, very fast. The only reason I think he wasn't closer to you was he encountered quite a lot of traffic and couldn't get through. So you like Mid-Ohio, or it's a track that you don't so much like?
Yeah, just purchased it last week, and
Yeah, I hate you, by the way. If you can drive that fast around here and you've only had it a
learn
week.
it. Yeah.
I can't believe that. Clyde, he's another one.
Yeah, to put him on the blacklist.
Yeah.
Pete, we could always call it beginner's luck, maybe. How about that?
No, that's just cheating yourself.
Yeah,
Bill.
right. Yeah, okay, forget it.
I think that's not the case. Sorry, guys.
Next time out, we're at Le Mans. What do you think of Le Mans?
I just raced it last week in the Porsche Cup.
All right.
I don't like it that much. It's quite boring at the straights, and especially the Porsche curves are a bit tricky. So I guess we will have some action, or more action than this week.
Yeah, and are you with us tomorrow for Bathurst?
Actually not.
Oh, Clyde, blacklist again.
Yeah.
Well, is there anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your fourth place finish?
Yeah, just thanks to you guys for the broadcast. I appreciate it, and have your sticker on my roof.
Yeah,
as
we saw that. Yeah,
and that's all.
Yeah, we mentioned that a few races ago that you had a stylish roof, which is always good. So yeah, congratulations. Come into the booth and speak to us again. Don't be a stranger from the booth by any means. And congratulations on your 4th place.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Okay, so last but not least, we have our 9th place finisher and usual visitor to the booth, Gary Craig. Welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening. So what do I remember about your race, apart from that absolutely fantastic livery that you were showing off there? We see you get tagged right near the start, which set you back a couple of positions.
Yeah, that was it. Kind of looked half like it was a bit netcode, and probably would have been tagged a little bit anyway. And the guy had half lost it in front of me, and I got past, and then I had somebody on my outside, somebody on my inside, and they both kind of sent it. So I was stuck in the middle, and it was just inches either way. I got half tagged, but fortunately somebody half tagged me back into the straight line, so I didn't lose out that much. I'll probably lost more. I had a really good start, but because I don't have triples or a widescreen, I can't see the sides. I lost 2 or 3 places in the keyhole on the first lap where I could have just slotted in because there was space, and I just didn't know it was there. So I really need to spend some money, I think.
I think you really need to dig into them deep pockets, don't you? And at least get into the 20th century, if not the 21st.
No, I'm on a 4K monitor. It's just I don't have 3 of them.
Then after that, we was looking at other battles. We was watching the Nikolai Marcus Bletz battle, and it was there was a 2-car, 3-car, 4-car, and then all of a sudden you came into it as well, just before the pit stops happened. So you know, you're proving that you've got some pace, especially when people are battling, and you know, you tend to you know, reel them in. Are you happy with how you're progressing in this car?
Yes and no. I was definitely half a second or so slower than I would like to have been. I was a little bit off the pace, but at the same time, I knew that I could be consistent. I knew I could do consistently slightly too slow times. so I know when some people make mistakes, I will end up catching up because I can put in consistent laps, and that was the case towards lap 10 there, where there's a group of 4 or 5 or 6 of us even all kind of bunched up, and as the pits opened at lap 10, I was at the back of it, knowing that if they continue to fight, I might make an advantage. But of course, 2 or 3 of the others also jumped in at that point, and the rest came in the next lap, so I kind of neutralized that, and then we all just sat in little gaps of our own after that.
Yeah, it did spread out, didn't it, after the pit stop? But you know, you're right. Especially a track like this, there's a few tracks the same, but keeping it on the track is more important, because an off track here, you know, you're going through fields and meadows and farms, and you know, 3 hours later you get back on the track.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I've worked on when I came back to iRacing after a long break, kind of at the start of COVID, is to be more consistent and really just work on not going off and not giving free time away. And I think it's definitely showing. It's definitely paying off.
Yeah, you'll have to show Pete how to do that.
Funny guy.
I know.
Funny guy.
Me and Pete are actually quite similar pace in a lot of cars. I can do it for 20 laps. Pete can do it for 2. So you know, he's getting there.
Cheeky. You've had 100% of your fan club on the chat tonight, by the way.
I know. I've seen them. I'll send him his check.
I think 2 laps was a big exaggeration as well.
Well, no, he's got
What
the
is
out lap.
this?
He's got the out lap
People
and
of
then
the
the exceptional
world.
lap.
I'll just let the viewers into a little secret. I'll come up into the man cave and I'll chuck iRacing on, and I just have a look who, if anybody's racing that I know, and quite often it's Pete, and I go on, and within a lap Pete crashes. It's
Don't
just
watch
amazing.
then, and I'll be fine.
So Gary, 9th place. So you know, not bad. Top 10. We know a lot of the fast guys wasn't here, but you have to capitalise when you get nights like this. Was there anything you could have done different to get further up the grid? More practice, pit stop strategy, buying more monitors, obviously.
Buying more monitors would have gained me a couple of places at the start, but I still would have been reeled back in and overtaken anyway. So really, that lost me a second or 2. In the grand scheme of things, it wouldn't have made much difference. I only practice like 2 hours for each race. I'll do like 1 hour on Thursday and 1 hour before the race on Friday. That's my practice. So yes, practice will help, but it's just getting time to do it.
Yeah, it's probably 2 hours more than I do, so won't worry about that too much. So before we let you go, Gary, anybody you'd like to thank?
Well, first, I want to have a quick talk to you, Clyde, about me being a 2 first names person. You always bring it up on the chat. But
I haven't mentioned it at all tonight.
No, well, I've got
But you have.
I've got news for you. I'm actually a 3-namer, and they're all first names. That'll give you nightmares. You can bring that up. He's a 3-namer, and they're all first names now.
Damn, I thought you was going to change your name.
Yeah, well, I've got plenty of choice, haven't I?
So what's the 3rd one then?
Oh, you'll have to guess that.
Oh God, we're no good at guessing. We can't even get names right when they're in front of our eyes. So
We've still got to guess Tony's middle name. Horatio was the best that we came up with.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it not Hermione?
Well, we'll start a poll on the Facebook page, see if we can guess some names.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So anybody you want to thank, Gary?
The fan club, of course. So Elvis is on there. My brother's on there tonight, so thanks to them. Also thanks to Mike, who helped me out with the setup, and he had a really good race tonight, finished just behind me, and got a lot of iRating for that. So well done to Mike.
Well, Mike was actually running comfortably in 5th until the pit stops.
Yeah.
And
it looked like he had a really weird, slow entry, like he was setting up his pit stop as he on the way in.
Okay. I do that on the grid, and I probably went in and out of the pits 10 times in practice beforehand just to get that entry right, because I know it's really can be quite tricky because you can't see it as you come in. But he still had a good finish.
Most definitely, and he finished. So
well, that's it. That's a good
what
start.
counts.
So yeah, thanks to him for the setup help. Thanks for the guys who come and watch. I've managed to get people who know nothing about iRacing to turn up every week and watch, so that's good. So thanks to them, yeah. And thanks to you guys, of course.
Excellent. Well, thanks to you for joining us in the booth, as usual. Hopefully we will see you at Le Mans next week. And congratulations on your 9th place finish, Gary Craig.
Thank you. Good night. Okay,
guys. Well, I thought, personally, I thought that race was just over far too quickly. I'd love to see a longer race round Mid-Ohio in these cars. But we had, as we've just said with the guys in the interviews, Tony, I love Tony to death. And he always worries me at the start of the race on cold tyres. I think if Tony's going to have a problem, it's usually within the first lap. So I think Wayne did the right thing in giving him a real hard time on that first couple of laps. But eventually, as soon as he gets into the Clousty rhythm, he's gone. Good drive from Mika, somebody that we've not seen before. I agree there with Gary. Mike Frost. That could have been. It was a good finish anyway, but it could have been a whole lot better if he'd have got that pit entry correct. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let's say, shame. Last week we split and had 17 cars. This week we didn't split and had 16. So we'll see what happens next week. Pete, sum up the race for us.
Smaller grid than normal, like you've just said, but individual pockets are really good racing. It did spread. Can't even say it. Spread out towards the end, but masterful win by Tony Kloosterman. Wayne Sanderson showed he was yet another bridesmaid, but a very, very capable one. Some really good driving, a bit of questionable driving, and some proper door banging, which you always expect from Mid-Ohio. I think Bathurst has shot the crowd tonight, so we were never going to get a massive field of cars. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. Mid-Ohio doesn't lend itself to massive fields, so I think it's been as good as it could be. And I think Le Mans will be a different kettle of fish altogether next time out.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Plenty of overtaking.
Oh yeah,
Bill, sum up our second visit to Mid-Ohio this week.
Well, the race was a lot better than I expected it would be. I was really, really amazed that everybody stayed on track so much. We had a few offs and a few little benders and stuff, but everybody raced pretty cleanly. I mean, we had a couple little cheeky moves, but it happens, the heat of the moment kind of stuff. Nothing serious stuff, but I was, I think Nikolai Bogatrov, considering, all the all the hammering he got on him tonight, finished, I don't know, I think it was like 5th or 6th or something. Still did a great job. I mean, unbelievable how he's progressed over the years and over the seasons, I should say. And of course, Tony and Wayne, they were out there by themselves. And let's face it, they're in a different league right now. But a lot of these guys are improving immensely. I think both our Vulcan guys did a great job. Mike Frost was impressive tonight, I have to tell you. Sadly, we had a little hiccup with him in the pits, but boy, what a great job he did. I mean, I didn't see him go off track once. I mean, I didn't see him spin. He did a great job. He really did. And of course, Gary Craig, he's coming along with his car, and he doing a hell of a lot better than I am at that stage of the game. So hats off to him too. But I'm glad Mid Ohio's over. Time to move on to something else. I'm not a big fan of Le Mans, but we had a race there, and amazingly, it was pretty neat. Really was. As a driver, I'm not quite sure what it's going to be like as a spectating and stuff, but it'll be interesting. Totally different. Like Pete said, a kettle of fish than what we had here tonight. So, had fun. The crowd was small, but yet still, those little groups of 5 and 6 cars going at it. It made the race. So, looking forward to tomorrow, of course, in the league. And this is going to wrap it up and say I had a great time here, and I hope the rest of you did too.
Excellent. And Marco, obviously you don't usually join us in the booth for Friday nights. How have you enjoyed being behind the microphone instead of being behind the wheel?
Yeah, I actually like this a lot. Analyzing the lap times, who's catching who, and all the pit stop stuff, and yeah, it's fun. Yeah, Mike Frost could have had a P5 or P6 without the slow entry, but yeah, that's still a really good result. Top 10.
Yeah, I think Mike did really, really well. And Sam, let's change it this time. A little bit easier for you on the cameras tonight?
Yeah, actually, it was a bit easier for once. Only 1 or 2 battles at the same time. It was good. Really enjoyed this one.
Well, we are coming towards the end of our broadcast. So what have we got coming up for you in the very near future? So tomorrow night, we have the Racetech V8 ESC Bathurst 300, which is our special event, 75 laps of Bathurst. I wonder how many cars will finish. And then the same, how many cars will finish when we go GT4 TCR action on Wednesday, because we're at the Daytona Road Course, the NASCAR version, with those rather large curbs towards the end of the lap. As we said, next Friday we will be back with the official V8s at Le Mans. And then next Sunday, we're back in GT3 action with the VRA GTCC. So hope you all join us for those. Make sure you give the video a like. Make sure you sign up to our YouTube, like us on Facebook, and that way you'll never miss one of our events. So it is time for us to go. I shall say good night, let the guys say good night, and then we shall close. So good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for driving, if you did, and see you next time.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks to the drivers, the chat people, our subscribers, and of course to my colleagues. And it was nice to have Marco along on the ride tonight. So have a good evening, everybody. See you hopefully tomorrow night.
Good night, everyone, and thanks.
Love how you do it, Marco. That's really cool. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.